You ain't too, you crazy for this one.
News, life, and beyond. Still here, still repping it. No politics, but we out to get the presidents. If we talking about it, then you know we speaking relevance. Giving you the facts, that's the only way to represent Connecticut. You just gotta tap in, like, share, and subscribe. CJ and Adam May, official, we going live. Just another episode, a visual for your eyes. News, life, and beyond, officially in its prime. News, life, and beyond. 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 News, life, and beyond.
And now time for the show. Thanks for coming and being a part of News Life and Beyond, where we bring you real life, real people, and real discussions.
Started. All right. Hey, welcome to News Life and Beyond. We're going to do an interview with Mare. She's a big TikTok star. Her name's Mom Life on TikTok, if you guys want to know or you want to follow her, and we can get into her and hang out with her. And she has a crazy, crazy room. So keep up with it if you get in there. So let's go.
Parents had a really hard time there as immigrants. They were not, it was not an easy place to live. So they were happy when they moved to the Midwest. My dad got a job in the Midwest. So
what nationality are you?
My parents are from Belarus.
Belarus. Okay. So what is that? Like, I'm not good with.
It's by Ukraine.
Okay.
Near Ukraine and yeah. Yep.
So
near
is
Russia
that like,
Ukraine.
what language do they call that?
Well, they do. Some people speak Belarusian, but I do speak Russian.
I was going to say that by that. Okay. Do you speak it?
I do.
You do? Nice.
Yeah. My parents made me.
That's good though. I think kids that have parents that speak another language should grow up learning their language. Absolutely, 100%. So you moved to the Midwest and you went to school there your whole life, or was you bullied as a kid?
I wouldn't say I was like bullied, but there was definitely some mean people along the way. I was the type of person that was always too nice to people, and then I got stepped all over, and I had to learn that really quick. But you learn from those things.
Right, absolutely.
But yeah.
So when you was in school, was you the type of kid that wanted to just fit in, so would do anything to fit in, or was you your own person, or?
I wanted to fit in really badly, and I never did. So that was really hard for me. I think, I went to a very preppy school where most of the kids were rich, and blonde hair, blue eyed, just beautiful preppy children. And I was not that. I was a little curly haired, slightly overweight. I don't know. I just, it was hard to fit in there.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of the few people that looked like me in my school in the beginning. I think it got more diverse when we were in middle school and high school, but in the early on, it was just all very beautiful looking people and me. And at the time, I didn't believe that. I have an older brother. He's 8 years older than me. Yeah.
Oh, that's a big age gap, huh?
Yeah, it is. I was an oopsie. I was a happy oopsie.
That's funny. So I could go left with all that, but okay. So you in your room, you talk about being overweight and people would, talk shit on you. So that type of shit was happening in school. Me being overweight myself my whole life, I didn't let people bully me. I took control, you know what I'm saying? And just didn't care. I made fun of myself. So instead of letting somebody make fun of me, I already beat them to the punch. So,
yes.
What did you do being the overweight kid?
So I wasn't super overweight back then. Right. But I was a dancer. So in terms of that, like in those parameters, I was, and it was hard. I was a sensitive kid. So I pretended like I was tough and it didn't bother me, but it did bother me. I I think I just wanted to fit in really badly. I wanted friends and I wanted to make connections, and I don't know. It was high school was not a good time for me. It was a lonely time. I had a few good friends. I don't talk to them anymore. But I had a lot more people that pretended to be my friend and then, became not my friend. And I also struggled with my mental health a lot in high school.
Yeah.
I was hospitalized 3 times for mental health stuff. And, I came from a family where, culturally mental health isn't a thing. So it was, they didn't understand. Like, they were like, well, it's in your head. Just
Right.
like, and I was like, well, yeah, it is in my head, but, but I also can't like do anything about it. Anyways, so at one point they finally started to take it a little more seriously, but it was also like a shameful subject. Nobody wanted to talk about it. My mom told people I was in the hospital with my gallbladder. It was, and it's not because she's not like, she's a great person. She just like, it's not for her. This is like a shameful subject. I think she's better about it now. She's realized that like it's more normal to talk about it, but in her country it wasn't normal to talk about it. In fact, you could get like people would really judge you if you talked about it. So
now, was it more depressing? Were you depressed because of home? Was your mental? Well, where did it stem from? Where did it come from?
I don't know. I think some of it was just not fitting in. Some of it was, biological. Some of it was trauma. I had a lot of trauma early on when I was younger. And I don't know, I think just a lot of it, just everything together.
What kind of dancing did you do? You say you danced.
I was a ballroom and Latin dancer. Well, I also did like ballet,
Wow.
I did like ballet, tap, jazz, all of that stuff. I didn't
Did
really
you do
love it.
competitions and all that?
I did do
That's
competitions. I did.
awesome.
I
Yeah.
was, at one point, I don't remember what year it was, maybe 2005. I was nationally ranked, in bronze and silver. But that like ended when I graduated high school. So
Oh, why did it end? It was just a school thing, or?
anxiety, I started to have really bad
Oh, okay.
anxiety. I went from performing and loving to dance and perform in front of people. Like I got like a thrill off of it. And
Right.
then I just became really like stage fright, social anxiety.
Oh.
Couldn't dance in front of people. Every time I tried to dance in front of people, I got nauseous and felt like I was going to throw up. So it became a thing and I quit. So
It just came out of nowhere, or just
yeah, it did. It
ah,
kind of did come out of nowhere. I've always had social anxiety. I used
right,
to
right.
like when I was sitting in class, I used to sit there and like be afraid that people were going to look at me. I was always afraid to like do anything to get people to look at me. So I didn't like to be in front of people. But the irony was I loved to dance in front of people. So
Right.
it was weird. And then
Oh,
all of a sudden one day that switched, and I'm not sure. Anxiety is an interesting thing. I'll tell you that.
yeah. Do you think if that didn't happen, you think you could have became something as a dancer, or?
No, probably not. I don't know. I don't think I have the motivation and the drive to, I have, my cousins are professional dancers
Yeah.
and they actually did something with it, which is
Yeah.
awesome. One cousin owns a studio. The other one's on Dancing with the Stars.
Mm.
And so like and so like I could have, but I don't think I don't think I could have.
I love Dancing with the Stars.
Oh yeah, Crystal told me that. That's awesome.
Me and Chris
Yeah,
went to see them at Megan Sun. Oh,
that's
it
awesome.
was so good.
That's awesome.
I,
Yeah. So Alan's my cousin.
yeah. I asked her that the other day, and she said, "Yeah." Um, what was I gonna say to you? Watching you on the computer is so wild. Saying that you have so much anxiety and all this other stuff. That's why I keep looking at you weird, because I can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so crazy. So, but high school, you graduated high school. What'd you do after high school?
So um went to college. Went to college for, it took me like 5 years to graduate, but I went to college, got my degree in psych, and was going to be a therapist because I wanted to help. Well, first of all, I wanted to learn about myself and why my brain is the way that it is.
Mhm.
And then I also wanted to help other people. And I was originally going to be a therapist, but that changed. I landed a really good job outside of college, met my husband, we started a family, got married, and the rest was kind of history. So, and I don't know, I don't regret it. I don't think that being a therapist would have been for me. I think I love to help people, but that's probably not my way to help people. So I don't know, TikTok, I kind of just feel like when things are meant to be, they just fit.
Absolutely.
And I was on TikTok for a long time before anything ever happened. I was too scared to post anything. And I know you say I don't look like I have anxiety. And honestly, I've always been really good at not showing that. In the beginning, it was because I was faking it. Like I put a mask on. But now I think like, you know how I say fake it till you make it? I truly
Yeah.
believe that.
Yeah.
Like the more you come out of your comfort zone and say, nope, I'm going to do it this way. But if you watched my early lives, I had a lot of anxiety in my early lives, but I wanted it so badly that I didn't care. And then pretty soon the amazing community showed up. Pretty soon the people showed so much love, so much support, and you don't feel it anymore.
Right.
All you feel is love. Like I showed up this morning and like I was reading the chat and all the comments were like, you're here. It's morning and you're here and it's not your normal time. And I'm so excited to see you. Like, I don't know how I got so lucky to have such amazing people around me, but, it's just, I don't know, that support and community and, fitting in finally feels like it's happening and it's amazing. And I want everybody to feel that. So that's why I'm trying to build this.
When did you start TikTok at first? And what made you want to start TikTok?
I've been on for years,
Yeah.
just like watching people, and I've always been too scared to post.
Okay.
And I don't know really what inspired me, but there was a couple creators that I saw that were not like, the typical, rich models that I've seen all over the internet, right?
Right.
And they were quirky and they also had a lot of people that loved them. And I thought, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it. So one day I just was like, you know what? I'm going to start posting. I didn't post pictures of my face though. I posted all kinds of random stuff. I started with like gluten-free content because I'm gluten-free myself. Then I started posting Dancing with the Stars stuff because the gluten-free stuff wasn't really taking off. I think that's because I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
And Dancing with the Stars
stuff. Girl, let it out. It's all right.
The Dancing with the Stars stuff did take off a little bit. I did get some viral videos, but I wasn't showing my face in any of these, by the way.
Right.
And then I became a meme page. Like I realized that putting out funny memes, like people loved it. Yeah. And so I became a meme page and just like funny, relatable mom. That's where mom life was born. Yeah. Mom memes, millennial moms, whatever, moms, dads, all the things. And people started to love it. I averaged 300 to 1,000 views, 300 to 1,000 views. So not a ton, but like I started getting traction, grew to like 2,000 or 3,000 followers. And then at some point I just decided I'm going to start posting my face. And I didn't really think it was going to go anywhere, but I started posting and I was really consistent with posting. And just my thing was trying to be relatable and make people laugh. And I started posting and there was, and support. Like there was a trend that was like women supporting women, I think it was called. And I hopped on that trend and I did like a silly video where I was walking across the screen. It was like me walking and I looked like I was very serious. And I said, what should I say? Me, going to engage with all of my new besties on here or something like that. I didn't even know what a bestie was at that point. I just said that. Like it just happened. And then it blew up. I got like 60,000 views on that post. I ended up getting like 9,000 followers. I did lose some after that because I couldn't add everybody back as fast as I was getting them. Right. So some people did so I ended up with like 8,000 at that point. And that's when I was like, I'm doing this. I'm close to 10K now. Like I can do this. So I just started posting more and more, trying to use ChatGPT, research on the internet, what like hooks people in. And how to make my content better. And I just kept trying. I experimented. I deleted a lot of posts. But I would try and I would see how it worked. And I pretty soon I learned what people liked, at least the people that were following me. And then one day I was sitting in the parking lot at Caribou and I said, I'm going to go live. I'm going to try this.
Okay.
I don't know what this live thing is, but I'm going to try it. Because I went into other lives and, I don't know, I just didn't, I was like, these are not my people. Like some of the lives, and I don't even remember who it was at this point, but I remember going into lives and being like, this is like a game show. I feel like I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do. No one's teaching me anything. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. And then I did stumble upon a couple lives that were not the nicest people. Like it was like, hop on camera and I'm going to rate you 1 through 10 or something. And there was like 1,000 people in there. And I thought, if there is 1,000 people in somebody's room talking about rating people 1 through 10, I'm telling you, I can get a couple people to come talk to me. So I went on live. And I was nervous and I don't remember any of it because it was terrifying. But I had a couple good people that showed up and chatted with me. I actually got somebody who I know from real life that popped in and I was like, oh no, I'm so embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
But he texted me, he was like, hey, I saw you on TikTok. I'm like, no, you didn't. It wasn't me.
That was somebody else.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't know. It was, and then after that, I was live for like 2 weeks constantly. No schedule, just all the time live. And after about 2 weeks, I decided, all right, I need to make some sort of a boundary. So I decided to go live, at set times. And, first it was lunchtime. I was doing lunch 3:30 and 9:30, I think. And then eventually I dropped the lunch hour one.
When you started going live, did you think that it was going to start going as well as it's going? And no.
No.
When you started going live, what was your plan to go live? Was it
honestly,
okay,
I don't know if anybody really knows about this website or not, but there used to be a website called Stickcam. It was like basically like it was like a chat room, but instead of like just being in a chat room, you were all on webcams. Everybody was on webcams. And I used to go on that site all the time. I had like a decent like amount of people that would come hang out with me. And I feel like that was like, because I didn't fit in high school, those were the people that did accept me, was always the internet community. And I got away from that because the internet became kind of a scary place. And so Stickcam got shut down, I don't know, sometime after high school, I think. And I don't know. I was like, I used to love Stickcam. Maybe I can go and talk to people. So really, I was just looking for my people. Like what I say on the app, like finding your people, that is literally what I wanted, to find my people. Cause I remember having that amazing support. Now it wasn't like this. The support I had back then was just people that came and chatted with me. That was it. This kind of support is life changing. So no, I didn't expect it. And the thing that was crazy was after like 2 weeks, I realized I had something special here because people were showing up and they were saying that this is making their day and that they have, since they've met me, like so-and-so has like come into their lives and they've, gotten more people and like just all these amazing things that have happened. And I'm like, wait, you're telling me because you've been in my life and you've been meeting people in my life, you've been getting more followers? And they're like, yes. I'm like, huh. I was like, okay, all right, wait a minute. And then it's like a little bell went off. I thought, because I have seen grow rooms, but I didn't know what they were. I did not know what they were. That was not my intention. Then I started to go into these grow rooms. I went into these grow rooms and then they were fine. But I was thinking about it. Okay, here's the thing. I see people go into these rooms and they drop a whole bunch of GIFTS or gifts. Yeah. I guess I can say it on here.
Just say gifts on here, girl.
Spell it on here.
We won't get in trouble.
A bunch of gifts, and yes, they get followers, right? However, these followers are not real followers. They drop you if they can. Some of them drop you. Some of them, but like how many of those followers are actually going to support you? How many of those followers are actually going to show up? So I don't think that is the best way. I have not I have never done that before. I have come in and support some live hosts just because, not because I'm trying to grow, but like there's especially smaller hosts. I like to go into their rooms and love on them because they're just getting started. Yeah, I don't know. The community that I have built that has come through the Bastille Land community, they truly, they show up for each other. They've become friends. They've made group chats. They go off on tangents in the Discord together. They teach each other. They support one another. I saw people saying, "Hey, I'll buy from your shop if you buy from mine, so we can both get some sales."
Right.
Like, I don't know. They're good people. They're good people. I go into their lives and I see it every single day. I don't just say it. I go into their lives and guess what? There's 5 people from my life with them hanging out. I love it. I love it. And that's the thing that I think is special here. I realized one day I had something special, a lot of lonely people in this world, and also a lot of people who are looking for some quicker ways to really gain some support. And we found it. We found the magic. In the beginning, I did a whole bunch of things. We did riddles, jokes, conspiracy theories. I did a talent show one day. We did all kinds of stuff on my lives. Until one day I was like, bingo. And people...
You ain't too, you crazy for this one.
News, life, and beyond. Still here, still repping it. No politics, but we out to get the presidents. If we talking about it, then you know we speaking relevance. Giving you the facts, that's the only way to represent Connecticut. You just gotta tap in, like, share, and subscribe. CJ had a May official, we going live. Just another episode, a visual for your eyes. News, life, and beyond, officially in its prime. News, life, and beyond. 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 News, life, and beyond.